going to say, here's one thing about meeting new people, and I want Ben to recite his poem about Poem's Reward, because that's sort of what you were leading up to.
Right.
Oh,
was
yeah.
the fact that
It's very
he
good.
recites this poem, and Ben is just really a gem. He's a real find, because, and that's,
I'm convinced.
well, because, you know, when I recognize his, and Linda, our partner, other partner who's not here tonight, but she and I recognize in Ben the talent that he has as a comedian and as a poet, because he memorizes all of his poetry. And his poetry is really good. I want him to recite for you this A Poem's Reward, because this is what he always opens with every night. Now, I want you to...
Sort of the
Okay,
theme
what's
of-
the name of the poem?
It's A Poem's Reward.
A Poem's Reward.
Rewards.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Steele, A Poem's Reward.
Sometimes there is something inside us, whether triggered by triumphs or woes, and we know that we cannot contain it. That's the seed from which poetry grows. Though we're putting our soul down on paper, there is more that the poet must give, for the writing just grants the poem its life. It's the reading that lets the poem live. So don't lock up your poems in some notebook and shove them away in some drawer, for no matter how much you put in them, when you share them, they give you back more. And that's basically the theme of what we're doing.
We're trying to get
Very
people
good,
to share.
very good.
And another thing I wanted to bring up was that another part of our group is here, Tommy Perone. I want him.
I've got the name right there. You must have read my mind.
Yeah,
because
I want him to come up, because...
Well, come on up, Tommy.
Tommy, we discovered him at Shenanigans, just happened to be there for karaoke night. Tommy's a senior at North Georgia, and we heard Tommy singing, and he was just, you know, doing a karaoke there, and I thought, boy, that's a cute kid, and he sings so well and everything. So we started talking to him. We found out that, you know, maybe he'd like to DJ for us for our grand opening. And when we had the grand opening down there at the Holly Underground, it's a black box theater. We sort of fixed it up like a lounge, and we have all this neon, like you see I'm wearing neon, and that's our color, black and neon. And he did an after party for us. We danced. We had a great time. He sings like Michael Bublé, like Frank Sinatra, and he also sings like Tommy Perone.
Like Tommy.
And he's written a couple of his own original songs. We have our own jingle. We wrote that jingle, Lingo Lounge, which we're going to put up so you can hear it. But the thing is that it was such a success, this formula, which we just did by accident, really, you know, having our wonderful...
Hit and miss.
Yeah, like our wonderful comic DJ and Tommy, and everybody. We had 80 people show up. We were just so dumbfounded that we had to repeat it every time. So now we have a DJ, and we have an after party, and we have singing in between, and we have songwriters. We had Justin Childs and Destitute Way, which is, you know, that's Joseph Hummel. We've had Jason Kenney show up and sing an original song. So it's not just poetry, it's not just short stories or the beginnings of a novel, but it's also slam poetry, it's also songwriters, it's anybody who writes, whatever it happens to be. So it's just everything, and we have a wonderful
words,
time.
Lingo Lounge communicates.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. That's exactly what it is. That's
All right.
exactly what it is.